I'm Tish with Star Love Healing. Welcome. For those that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome. Thank you. I am pulling the energy for the new moon in Virgo today, which is today. And I would like to say, this is the third time I've tried this video today. First time, I did 15-20 minutes and the camera wasn't even recording. So that was fun. Then second time started about 4 or 5 minutes in, and then my kids decided that it was time, the appropriate time to do a boxing match in the living room. That wasn't very inclusive for channeling and connecting with energies and hearing them properly. So we had to put an end to that. And so now we're on our third video. I hope this is it. I would like to say a few things before we start. This is a timeless reading. So past, present, future is all at the same time. There are, even though this is being pulled for a moon energy, moons are all about a cycle and phase. So that even more is explanatory, explaining that this is a cyclic energy. And so, and then secondly, this is an intuitive exercise for you. And I hope that you're able to really see and try to tap into what is something that resonates for you during the reading. And if something does not resonate for you, leave it. In 6 months when you watch it, it might resonate then. But again, you're supposed to, like when you watch this and when you're called to watch it, is what you resonate with, is what you're supposed to hear. This is a collective reading, so that means it's for the whole general collective energy, and we are all one being in separate bodies, right? So it is a general collective reading. So if you would like a personal reading, then the information below will have, my information will be below in the box if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading. Lastly, divine masculine and divine feminine energies are within each of us and externally, meaning masculine, feminine energies are both in us, duality inside, and also you can, when I'm discussing divine masculine, divine feminine energies, that could very well mean an external divine masculine or external divine feminine. And to add to that, divine masculine energy, when I am discussing it externally, does not mean it's strictly in a male body. Sex has nothing to do with it. So use your intuitive muscle to find out how this applies for you. Okay, I would like to pray real quickly, and so we can, and then clean the air, and then we'll get into it. Even though I did clean it, I want to do it again because I obviously need to clean my energy as well. All right. May divine love open the inner eye and bring perfect insight that I may faithfully read the energy and serve truth. May all beings recognize whatever they need to take the next step on their divine life journey at the perfect time and in the perfect way, according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. And I have my bell, and so if you would like to get the full energy cleansing of it, try to be at a place where you can really only hear it. And if you have earbuds on, just maybe turn it down a notch until you see how loud it is. All right. Please clean the air and the energy and provide healing with this bell and help uplift us all into our highest energy. Amen. Thank you. All right. So, all that being said, I have just a couple things I wanted to say regarding my meditation before this. It all seems like we are in a, for the last, I don't know how long, probably 2 weeks, pretty much since the last reading, I've had nothing but signs and synchronicities about duality. And to be honest, it's so much that I'm probably going to have to do my own special reading separately of it. But again, today's energy, when I was trying to tap into this, it again led to this duality energy. So I basically was imagining it was a tree, and the rain was coming down on me, and I could feel my petal, my leaves, the water splashing off of it, and it felt really good and cleansing, because that's what rain is. It's a cleansing energy for the earth. And then it felt like it just wouldn't stop. And as the energy of the tree, I kind of was like, can this just stop? But a voice was saying, well, you might think it's too much, but I'm protecting you. The rain is protecting you from the fire. You can't burn if you're wet. Like wet wood in a fire pit is just smoky, and it doesn't really burn. So it was almost that duality of like, you might find that this is, you're drenched, you're covered, you're just too much. But guess what? It's protecting you from something. So that's the duality I'm talking about. Also on top of that, it was a scales. Like that's been the number one thing. But even in my today, I could see scales. And I know that I feel like this message should be coming out in Libra season, which is only in, well, we just started Virgo, but here shortly it'll be Libra, like end of September, beginning of October is Libra. And that's the sign of the scales. So I feel like I've been called to do this reading about duality, but I don't know. It feels like I'm almost waiting until one last piece of it is being channeled, which I'm assuming it could be somewhere in September because of the fact that that's Libra season. But I know it's big. It's massive. Something big is coming. So I'll give you, basically I'll sneak peek it if you don't have time to watch, or whenever I do the other video. Something massive is coming to the world right now that is going to bring justice. The scales will be balanced. Who had power and didn't use it accordingly within sharing of that power will be balanced. And those who did not have power will be lifted up so that they are in sync. I feel like it's definitely I feel like it's going to have something to do with Libra season, which again is September, October. And I know as most light workers and mediums, we are just like, I think I was called the last 2 weeks to not do any kind of postings or videos, because it's like I need to save my energy for something that's coming. Because again, something is coming that's going to shake the world and bring justice to all. So, but it's interesting. I'm going to do a separate reading, or at least I think I am. That's what I feel like I'm being called to do. But this energy right now, I felt like the tree, and it also basically saying what you may not enjoy 100% right now, or feel like it's too much. It actually is protecting you from something else. Secondly, I all of a sudden my back, like my heart chakra area, but on my back side right here, it just was a massive, like out of nowhere pain. It just felt like it was on fire. It was painful. It's like I couldn't even do this, it felt like it was locked. And it even felt through coming this way. So it has something to do with the heart chakra. And it almost felt like a shocking, because it came so quick and it left so quick, but it felt almost like a knife in the back. So I don't know if there's going to be something with that, because I've also been channeling snakes. Like I walked through, this was in this wasn't, basically I was walking through my yard the other day, and I've walked through this yard a million times, and for whatever reason that day I was like, watch out for snakes, watch out for snakes, watch out for snakes, or something. Like they could be here, and I just envisioned me stepping on one or being too close to one and it biting me in my ankle. And it felt as real as, so, and that's not normal for me. So, or omens and stuff like that is normal for me. But for me to be scared of a snake when I'm walking is not. So I feel like there's something to do with snakes or a vicious attack of some sort that is gonna attempt, or we're living in that. It feels like every day it feels like that right now. People who, just the whole world, it feels like every day I'm like, well, what's happening today, But what was great is in my meditation, it was, I loved how, to bring back the tree and the pain and everything was, when that pain was there, I felt like all of a sudden that my spine was an oak tree, like a powerful old oak tree. So that was my spine, it was oak. And it just kind of like really, as soon as I was like, okay, you're powerful, you're oak tree with roots deep in the soil, you're fine. And all of a sudden the pain literally went away. As much as it hurt, it went away. So it kind of ties in with that tree energy and being protected, and also it was a sign for me to really kind of instill for y'all that you protect yourself and you save yourself. You have to, intuitively know you are capable of righting any wrong within your life and saving yourself from anything, and healing yourself from anything. So, and also to add to the snake omen, the snakes are a sign of regeneration and transformation, and they're actually a healing animal. So, that again is duality. Yeah, we can be scared of a snake, but they are actually earth, like they're medicine to us. They're good omens. So again, there is massive duality, and I really feel like what's coming to our society and earth is some are going to feel like it is scary, 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 but it's not. Whatever this is, it's for the benefit of all. And we need to, help those who are scared. We need to somehow lift our light up even more shining and bright so that they can even out their fear. So I have no clue what this all is meaning, but I just know what I feel, and I know something's coming. And one more thing, I think it was in it was in the second video that I had to scrap, like 12 deer, as soon as I started the video, like 12 deer came flying through my front yard right in front of me, and then they carried on back. They have a path through my front yard and back and side yard, but I usually see 4 or 5 of them, but this was like 12 of them, all from little baby fawns to, teenage deer into adults. So it was so cool. I didn't see a buck because usually bucks don't come through here. They are usually by themselves, but it was all mamas and babies, and it was really cool. It was fun to see because it just kind of like happened out of nowhere because they were running through. Okay, so I had wanted to, in that past reading, see, or intro, to see what deer signify. And I don't know if I have a book right here because I wasn't prepared for that. But let's see if this one has it. Because I felt like that was an omen in itself as well. Yes, deer spirit, 55. Okay. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. The time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. I have to read this. The protection message of Dear. Dear Spirit is bringing you a gentle warning that now is not the time to engage in an argument, no matter how volatile others are being. Do not match their intensity with your own. If you're dealing with an overly assertive person, step back and disengage, lest you agree to something out of alignment with your intentions. Don't let anyone bully you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You have solid footing if you stand your ground with grace. Those who disagree will begin to find their own gentleness and willingness to compromise. Dear Spirit also brings the message that it might be easy to offend someone today or take offense because someone lacks diplomacy. Let all of that pass. You are not meant to take this world personally. While it's a beautiful gift to be sensitive, today you need a tougher hide so that any compromises you make allow you to maintain your integrity. Beautiful. I really feel like that ties into what I was saying about how the scales, those who didn't use power that they were given for, justice for all, and took it as and then when I was saying about the backstabbing, it's like it feels like something was a shocking attack, and it could be a situation that you feel instantly you're feeling like attacked, and it's going to be painful, but really you are the one who decides if it's painful or not. Are you an oak tree that can stand any storm, or are you going to let one big gust of wind as this aggressive situation just break you down? No, right? I thought that was great how that came in, because that was, all those deer was so pretty. So, since this is the new moon in Virgo, let's read Virgo. Virgo is the alchemist. Methodical, aligned, ritualistic, efficient, insightful, healthy, dutiful, discerning, witchy, subtle, pure, refined, accurate, solitary, curatorial, critical, nervous, and perfectionist. And they are the alchemist. Oh, I moved the camera in hopes that you could see more of this, but I feel like it's too far away, so, because I don't even know if you can see the cards now. Anyways, Virgo. All right. It says they're a mutable sign, and they're an earth element, and their planet is Mercury, which is interesting because Mercury goes retrograde very soon. Their symbol is the witch. which is really cool. The body part is the nervous system. So kind of like nerves, nervous, isn't the nervous system like, I don't know. That's a whole body. You know, like some astrological houses are a one thing, like the hands or the feet or the head. But this is a whole body, which is great because that to me is even more like an alchemist. You use every part of your soul and cellular being to alchemize your life and create law of attraction. So, alrighty, then the tarot card is the Hermit, in case you didn't know. All right, so hopefully reading this quickly. It says, before it was co-opted by the patriarchy, the zodiac's virgin symbol was actually a strong, self-contained, unmarried woman who lived by her own code and never gave it away for free. A far cry from our present-day associations with Virgo as all prim and proper. This untamable witch understands the inherent magic and rhythms of the earth, the pleasures and promises of some purgatory solitude. Purgative solitude, and the divinity in each imperfectly perfect detail of the natural world. Virgo marks the moment in our cosmic evolution when we begin to see ourselves in all of our distinctiveness, connecting us to our particular contribution. Virgo assesses strengths and challenges realistically, mapping out a meticulously curated mission crafted from the worthiest of intentions. The sign ruling apprenticeship. Virgo knows that moments of pause, learning, and humility bring us closer to our courageous core. Rather than diminishing our power, this is where we replenish our reserves of radical self-reliance. Virgo's sensitive whiskers feel each micro-shifting of the light, each hint of a scent on the breeze, sense the slowing crumbling of rocks and smoothing of sand crystals. As a highly strung earth sign, Virgo's healing is also through the physical body, and the more the sign can nourish on a cellular level, the more it can show up ready to serve its highest good. Cellular level. Without a distinctive purpose to serve or garden to tend, Virgo can become critical, nitpicking, and fault-finding as the endless process of refinement becomes a series of not good enoughs. But in its optimum flower, this is the energy of alchemy. Virgo is happiest when making everyday magic by using the materials on hand and committing to the careful craft of crystallization that cannot be pushed or rushed. It says, when you pull this card, you're being asked to bring out your microscope and take a closer look. Something in your world is ready for a forensic eye, and you may have to slow down and get quiet for a moment to discover exactly what this is. How's your meditation practice? Building a few minutes into your day to feel how it really feels to be in your body will help ground and center you. Same goes for creating some helpful routines when it comes to a diet and exercise. Tending to these details will help you access your flow state, the place from which you manifest magic in each moment. So I did not know that they were the witch of the tarot. That's so cool. I mean, I knew they were the alchemists, but I guess that's one and the same, really, but I hadn't seen it in that kind of way. So I'm excited. All right, so we're going to do the moon energy. Oh, I've already did all this. Okay. What do we need to know? What does the collective need to know? 1 second. What?
On the phone. Text.
I'm using it. Do you want this one? You can use this. It's on there. You can see if the number's on here and text here. Okay. Okay, there was 2 cards, but I wasn't feeling it because I had that distraction. Okay. What do we need to know? What is this new moon energy going to usher in? Thank you. Acceptance. Oh, another one. All right. And the path is on the bottom. Okay, acceptance. Number 4, waxing crescent 2. So it almost, there's 2 hands. So that means like there's a co-creation between 2 people. It's like a, you know, I mean, literally, look, there is like magic happening between them. There's a spark. Can y'all see that? Have y'all ever had that happen? And not electric, yeah, everyone's had like the static electricity. But I've had a couple times with touching someone, and I know it wasn't static electricity because I felt that a million times. This was like an internal like shock between the 2 touching someone. And I just was like, and I was too scared to say, did you just feel that? Because it was a shock to the system to touch them. So this is really cool because it is a really cool energy right with that. So it's alchemy. It's magic. And then peace. Look at that. Oh, wow. Number 28. It's peace. She's zen. She's meditating. Didn't it say something about how's your meditation practice? Or a healthy balance of exercise and diet? So, let's see. What do I want to do? I want to do this next. Acceptance and peace. Is this? It's education. Education. She's opening up a book that has like passion and light coming out of it. And she's actually looking very solemn and dark, like she's almost lost something. But that's how she's dressed and kind of looks. And then she's opening this book that's just got like this little dancing person coming out of it too, out of the fire. And there's, it almost feels like the Hermit is also about kind of educating yourself in the sense of like your soul and taking the time to really understand yourself. So on some level, I really feel like this is a past energy, but for some of you it could be like happening, like you're learning something. Learning about, it feels like something about yourself, but also again when we were talking about having that deer spirit with like wanting to not engage, maybe you are going to need to practice a peaceful mindset and just be calm and use your education of what you've maybe been practicing as a spiritual practice to instill into the situation so that you can have grace. And be accepting that this person, however they're coming at you, is just accept them as they are and let them just ride their wave and not let it come at you. But I really feel like this is going to be, it's not a test. That's about, I mean, that kind of sounds like, but it's almost like it. It feels like you know what to do. You have the wisdom, you have the education of knowing how to handle this situation. So trust yourself, I guess is my point. Those kids are doing it again. It does. I said test, and this is pretty much it. Life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. Wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. This card suggests that you might have had, This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Now is the time to go to school, ask a person who might know more than you, or find a teacher or a course of study so that you can more clearly understand what the next right action must be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you to an unfamiliar school, and you must learn by experience. Now is a time to be teachable, open to changing your preconceived notions. Be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all. I don't know yet. Well, then even though it feels like it's past energy, obviously there's it can't be all of us. We're all, like, we can move, there's future energy here too, is my point. Past, present, future, all one. So I want to, let's see, I want to know what this education is about. Acceptance and peace. Education. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. Repairman, baggage, and train. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a clock. Like someone who's fixing a watch. And then the baggage is a bunch of luggage, and train. It almost feels like with the baggage and the train, that means like you're on your life's journey. Where are you going to go? You're packed and ready. And then the repairman, it's called, it's restore, mend, repair, heal, fix. So, two ways to look at this. You can either make adjustments and fix some situation that is baggage in your history, like that is your baggage. You're either repairing that baggage because you don't want to take it on this train. You don't want to take anything you don't want to take anything unnecessary on a vacation, right? It loads you down. So you got to heal that. You got to fix it. You got to make adjustments to your baggage. We all have baggage. There's no way you're getting out of that one. And so this is the energy, like we're fixing that. We're healing that because we don't want to take it with us anymore. It's almost like I feel like this is we're not having blinders on anymore. We actually know what our baggage is and are actually actively trying to fix it. That's one. Secondly is you've fixed this. This says very likely at the bottom. It's something that some of us have fixed it, and we're ready. Our bags are packed, and we're ready for our next new phase, our next journey. And the train is ready to take off. So you're fixed, you're packed, you're ready for your next journey. So This one is eyeglasses and autumn. That instantly reminds me of that. The eyeglasses was talking about how, in this card, I think it said, or one of them said about how, the Virgo. This is the time to get that magnifying glass out, right? What did it say? Magnifying glass. Yeah, microscope. You're being asked to bring out your microscope and take a closer look. Something in your world is ready for a forensic eye, and you may have to slow down and get quiet for a moment to discover exactly what it is. And I believe it's something to do that's coming up, autumn. Oh, full moon. It's a full moon. Maybe something from a full moon, around a full moon, by the next full moon. It's also saying the Queen, so it could be in the fall, something that happened in the fall last year that maybe has caused some baggage, or this coming up fall, is something's going to help you see something at that time. It's also the full moon, so see how that resonates. And then it's also the card of the Queen, meaning like divine feminine energy. And it also says within 6 to 9 months. So, usually, immediately I want to say babies are made in 6 to 9 months, But this is new perspective, it's an awareness, and these did fall directly right on the education card. So definitely I feel like there's something maybe from an autumn time period that maybe created some burdens or some healing that was necessary. You'll know how that resonates. Ballet shoes. Stamina, endurance, talent, repetition, effort required, on your toes, poise and grace. That's definitely poise and grace. I think it's almost like prepping you for Venus energy, which is coming in Libra season. Because when it's Libra season, that Venus energy in all of us is just like overflowing. And Venus energy has poise and grace. So, I don't know, it feels very much like that. And when you're at peace, you can really feel that Venus love energy. So, peace and acceptance of all people, of all beings. Okay. Jeez. Okay. I want to do this one. This is the Shaman Oracle. This one is, I love this deck. Oh, so much. Okay, what is this? Upper World, number 59, and it's got like an owl. Wow, who's creating almost like this portal between the air and the clouds. Upper World. I've never gotten this card. So exciting. Okay, the essence, which is, this tells you the timeless message of the card. It expands the symbol until you grasp its message without your needing to analyze it. Always read the essence first. This is the essence of this Upper World card. Angels, divine helpers, and the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will become. Discover your great potentials and undreamt of possibilities. It is also the place where the spirits of the dead arrive when they complete their journey to the light. And the invitation, this tells you the gifts that Spirit is extending to you at this moment. It is a call to action. All right. So it says, the upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in two small jumps. Wow. It's literally saying you're exactly how you're meant to be right now. There's no need to change any of it. Wow. Isn't that beautiful to be told that and to like know that you're in the exact right place for your next step? Wow. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do after that. That was gorgeous. I don't know. Let's see. Kind of want this. Okay, what more can we know about this? Oopsie. Lots of wind created that to go. What can we know about this energy? 7 of water. Wow. I love these cards because there's so many different, like 7 of water is like being distracted, confused, got too many options, listening to other people and not yourself. But this here is so beautiful because it doesn't really, the picture doesn't really come across as that. It's a centaur and he is falling to the ground because he has been shot with arrows in all of his legs. And he's just falling, which is so more devastating than just being confused and having too many options like a 7 of Cups. It's like it's taken them down. He's bleeding. And the words, and it's called Centaurus. And it's a constellation called Centaurus. And it says response, impermanence, anticipation. Gosh. Maybe with the anticipation and the response, remember, this is a shocking attack. This is not maybe a, like with my back hurting with that stabbing. Maybe it wasn't a blade, but it was an arrow. Someone shot that shocking attack and hit with an arrow, you know. That's, and how are you going to respond? Are you going to gracefully go and just let them have acceptance of their, because I want to say this. It's taken a long time to get this, and I'm sure I have more lessons on this, but when someone does you dirty, you really, again, this has taken a very long time to accept, and I probably will have more lessons on this, but when someone does you dirty, they are meant to. They are seriously, no matter how bad of an attack against you that they did, they were meant. They actually, on the Akashic records, they signed off on the dotted line saying that they were going to come and do that to you. Could you imagine? And you've done it to other people too, whether you knew it or not. You know, because sometimes those happen all the time where you didn't even know you hurt somebody. And then come to find out, it was devastating to them. And then it, you know, for like when I found that out, I'm like, oh, that hurts even more that I didn't even know. And then it also hurts when you know you did do it on purpose. But the point is that everyone that does something against you, it's seriously like, it's meant for you to go through that. You want them to do that to you so you can become stronger. So how are you going to respond to something that isn't maybe quite in your vibration? Are you going to have acceptance and find peace from it? Or are you going to sit in that energy, literally let it take you down to the ground? And are you going to sit there on the ground and just pain and or are you going to you're going to learn from it and move? Take out those arrows and, get yourself to a medicine man, a shaman. Let him heal you. Which therefore, really, honestly, all they do is help you heal yourself. Again, like I said, are you the oak tree that's going to let yourself get taken down by a good solid wind? Or are you a oak tree, thousands of years old? That's what it feels like. All right, the Hermit. The Hermit came out during the Virgo reading. This whole deck. The Hermit comes out. And the constellation is Canis Major. The words are the quest, solitary journey, pursuit of wisdom. Bottom of the deck, identity, essential nature, awareness. Ugh. Okay. Look. Wisdom, journey, wisdom, your quest. Your quest is here to resolve to make sure you're prepared to, handle any, burdens, any baggage, anything unresolved. It's time to fix it. And I think that this Hermit energy is helping you. This new moon in Virgo is helping you really take the time to heal and go within in peace. And really truly see how strong you are. Anything else? Yeah, because the autumn is here. I mean, it's now. Well, when does autumn start? I don't know. And the Magician, the Alchemist. The Virgo energy is so strong. Wow. The Magician is the Alchemist. And it says, and the card also is here is Aries, so you might be dealing with an Aries. But it says leadership, impulse, innovation, opportunity. Leadership, impulse, innovation, opportunity. Wow. I don't know if you can see that, but that's Virgo. Virgo. Straight up, this is the constellation of Virgo. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Well, we're at 50 minutes. I don't know if this is covered enough for everything. Just feels like you need to really find your inner fire and start using it to attract what you want to attract. With the Magician, alchemizing what you want. Let's see. Anything else on this Seven of Water, the Hermit, and the Magician? And you have the angels and spirit team above you to be there with you. They're with you at the upper world. Mars energy, the ruler of destruction, survival instincts, lust, upheaval, raw energy, sudden change, action, self-assertion, chaos, aggression, desire, impulse, anger. The Tower. Anything that the Tower is capable of bringing down and disrupting and sudden change in, no, it was meant to be there. That Tower was meant to shake you to the core. The Tower was meant to crumble whatever was not meant for you. That's a hard lesson in itself. Because sometimes we have towers or sudden change and we think it's supposed to be, it just feels like there's something suddenly changing here that we have to have built our inner core strong enough to know it cannot take you down. The Star. Healing. There's healing here. There will be healing here. And there will be hope at the end. After the Tower, there's always the Star. There's always hope afterwards. Could be something to do with Aquarius as well. Ooh, bouquet. Well, this goes along with that peace and acceptance, almost like, but it's bouquet. It's actually, I just got a vision of someone bringing this bouquet into someone at the hospital, because that's what you do. You bring a peaceful offering to someone who's not who's healing. It's an expression of love. It's happy, harmony, beauty, creativity, a gift. It's art, reconciliation, love, openness, expressive, warmth, and gratitude. Oh. Queen of Water, which is someone who is, always intuitive, but also like she's like the nurse, you know what I mean? Like she's always there to give that healing love, that healing energy to someone, anyone, because she operates in love. Emotionally in love, but it's also Scorpio, which is a fixed sign. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio within this energy. It could be during the Scorpio season, October 22nd through November 21st. It does say the fall. It says during the fall, which is autumn time as well. And it's also the card of death and rebirth, because that's what Scorpio's sign is death. Meaning you got to let things fall away and die off in order for, like I just saw a rose. You have to cut off roses in a rose bush. You have to like prune them and cut off all the dead parts. Even if it kind of looks a little alive, you got to cut it off if it's majority of it, because it's got to go so that brand new, beautiful, that's the only way a rose bush works, is by pruning off the dead stuff. That way it can come in fresh and beautiful. And if you don't, then it just dies. So that's what the purpose of death is to let go of anything that's not working for you anymore. But it's almost like you got to do it with acceptance and peace in your heart, because that's what the Queen of Water would do. The Queen of Water would allow things to flow in and flow out, and because she's operating in the wavelength of love. If you hurt me, then, I'm going to give you grace, because You were meant, your attack against me is something I need to learn about myself. And I need to either learn how to have boundaries, or I need to intuitively know if whatever you're attacking me at is something I truly need to fix, or if it's something that that's your mirror of yourself. And then I have to have acceptance that that's how they feel about themselves. They're using it against me, but they really are, that's how they feel about themselves, you know. And the garden is here, and Mercury, and the devil. And then the magician, the mortar and pestle, and then the moon. Oh, gosh, it just really feels like that was all this here just made me really go back to the fact that something's coming. All of society, the whole world, something is coming. Big at the tower. But I think it's all meant to even out the scales and bring love back into everyone's core being, as the North Star energy. Like, that's, everyone's gonna really like get, almost everyone's compass has to be realigned to what North Star is, which is love. The diamond ring. Proposal, engagement, agreement, next level. Promise, partnership, statement of intent, marriage, and union. So these two cards together, holy moly, that is, you know, love, promises, partnerships, reconciliation. But, you know, what is the two things you think of a wedding? Or not really two things, there's a million, but a bouquet and a ring. So, anything else? Maybe we're seeing how, I was about to say, seeing how relationships, as far as like that partnership with someone, how I feel like even that's going to change in this next, not this cycle, but just whatever is coming up, that I feel like, ugh. It's almost like it's really going to be a microscope on human relationships. And because I mean, we put a lot of burdens in those. 90% of the time people don't actually heal from a relationship, and they move right into the next one, and then they just carry it on. You know, they carry on the same trauma and same toxicity that they had before into the new relationship. It's like that's how we're taught. We're never taught how to really do a relationship. So it almost feels like the understanding of how true loving relationships should work, it's like there's a death and rebirth in that. And the rebirth is all with love, unconditional love, which everyone says, oh yeah, unconditional love, nobody knows it, you know? No, we know it. We just choose not to understand it and really try to fix ourselves so that we can even love ourselves that way. But here we go. That's why I was the burdens, the shackles, and they're strong. This is the strength card. The strength card is all about, you know, overcoming, finding that willful strength in you to overcome anything that wants to shackle you, imprison you, enslave you in something. But the strength card is all about accomplishing that strength inside of you to overcome anything that's coming at you. Weighted down, heavy, codependent, trapped, restrictions, addictions, Remember the healthy part? An unhappy marriage, emotional baggage. It's also Queen of Fire, and it's Leo sign, and the ruling planet is the sun, which usually the sun is the happiest card in the deck. So I love how it came over the baggage and burdens, and so is that how is that ending of the ball and chain and strength? Okay, seeing, education, the raccoon and the eyeglasses are the same card. Being curious about something, learning about something, problem solving about something, being creative, resourceful, clever. And then this was a bridge, eagle, and the element of spirit, which is the upper world, spirit. So really, it says collaborating, an opportunity, clear vision and perspective of how spirit works within us, and how divine timing happens too. You have to have, I really feel like, this education of, this divine timing, trust in divine timing. Divine timing also is understanding that negative stuff is meant to come at you. It's meant to come at you. I don't know why I keep coming back to this, but it feels like it just keeps wanting to be said. Trust divine timing. And maybe because I'm having an issue with that right now, and I'm purging that in from energy, because holy moly, the purging energy is real. I think I've cried probably harder in the last 2 weeks than I have in a really long time. But it's crying is purging and getting that energy out, and that provides healing. And I guess my point is that it was really all about, if I had to peel away everything of why this energy was coming at me for nonstop, was I knew it was for healing. But when you're actually feeling that pain and your chest is freaking exploding from hurt and pain and sadness and everything, it's opening up that chakra and letting it come out. And then, but my point is that the divine timing is really it's that surrendering. And I swear that was just this, even though it wasn't really what I was purging, it kind of felt like it, because it's it's not my plan, it's the universe's plan. Although we're doing law of attraction daily. That's just 101. But sometimes even at that, your law of attraction still is held to the laws of the universe, divine timing, patience. So it just really feels like we have to really learn a new perspective on how to move forward with divine timing and using spirit in our life and trusting them. And sorry, I got some shining thing on my face right now. But it does have something to do with, I feel like, some sort of partnership, relationships, something that really, that is kind of at the core here of learning how to work with someone and be not reactive, but let them flow, their energy flow through you without reacting. And finding that inner peace to know that you can go through whatever. That garden wants to come back out again. Anything else? We got child, yarn, and clouds. New perspective, on the hassles and problems and being complicated and thoughts. It's almost just like you have to work through a new perspective, hermit-wise, within yourself on how, you know, being caught up in something or puzzled about something or just hassles and just being tied up and burdened with being burdened, not feeling like a way out. There always is a child. So, and focusing on the fact that everything has duality. Everything has that balance. So try to see when you're at a place, when you're like maybe down, see how it's mirrored with a positive aspect. That's how you really see how light and dark and high vibe and low vibe all mesh together and fit together. A puzzle. Didn't this say puzzle? Oh, puzzling. Okay. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, I think, is there anything else? Maybe a crystal healing to see what's something that's we need to help with this. Is there any crystal healing energy that can help us? This deck is so... Oh. Huh. Sacred Revolution. I love it because I feel like there is a revolution coming. That's part of what there's something coming in September, October. I feels like a revolution, something big. So, but the actual card that came out is Karmic Grace. Number 19 is Ascended Master Serapis Bay, and Clear Calcite is the crystal. Karmic Grace. How many times have we said grace and poise and everything in this reading? I think that's interesting. Oh my God, and I went right to 18, which is Heavenly Mercy. But we're going to go to number 19, which is this one. Oh, it's the beginning of the 333 suit. Number 19. We bring you the blessing of karmic grace. There are many ways to learn and grow. Some ways are joyful and some more challenging. Sometimes a challenge can best be resolved through profound struggle that forces you to transform in such a way that you can never go back to what has been. The struggle might have been deeply painful for the mind, body, and emotions, and yet what is gained from that experience is a multiplicity of blessings. Personal power, freedom, insight, self-respect, and wisdom. These qualities that then help you live a better life where that past pain need not be repeated. Blessings can at other times be gained through joyful experiences. Sometimes the struggle is what will bring you the greatest spiritual progress. Sometimes a more joyful path will be how you grow best. The universe loves you with such passion that you shall never be denied what you need most and what shall help you fulfill your divine destiny. I just had a massive deja vu. Like 20-second deja vu. And isn't that weird? Because deja vu is meaning repeating something. And this literally just said, you will These qualities help you live a better life where that past pain need not be repeated. There's something about that, the repetition of something that maybe you're going to see in maybe certain relationships, how you had you shackled yourself with whatever, but that now it's time, and this was repetition. The ballet shoe also was talking about repetition. You don't become a ballet dancer without like serious repetition. The struggles we encounter in life can be challenging enough without adding unnecessary guilt, shame, or judgment into the mix. There are times when the path of life becomes easier, more flowing, effortless, and shining with radiant grace. And in those moments, we feel as though we are doing something right. And the universe is affirming and validating us. The universe is affirming and validating us. Everything just falls into place when we feel blessed. What can be more difficult to accept is that there is grace in the struggle too. The divine, in its infinite love for you, will empower you to fulfill your innate potential. For some, that may be a gentler journey of progress, less challenging to body, mind, and soul. It may be entirely appropriate for a particular soul to be in a lifetime focused on tranquility and feeling supported. Peace. Rather than being thrown crown chakra first into the upheaval that typically accompanies intense spiritual transformation. And my phone just went, Oh my goodness. There is temptation to judge oneself in the struggles of life, to wonder, why am I not getting this? Why am I in pain? What am I doing wrong? This must be karma. And then guilt, shame, and judgment make the situation even more difficult. Don't do this to yourself or to others. If you have been puzzled by an experience in your life, a difficulty, or perhaps even effortlessness, you are trying to make sense of it. Relax. Oh, I said that wrong. Let me say this again. If you have been puzzled by an experience in your life, a difficulty, or perhaps even effortlessness, and you are trying to make sense of it, relax. Accept that karmic grace bestows upon you the best way to grow and manifest your divinity in every moment. Divine timing, spirit, always loves you and loves us so much that we have to let it go, let it do its thing. You don't have to understand it, but to accept and trust it. You need to believe you are truly loved by the universe. Oh my gosh. I love it. I am going to say this because I love these. This is a healing process prayer. So I choose of my own free will. You can say this out loud as well. Actually, I'm asking you to, if you want to. If you're called to do this, but say this out loud along with me, or, pause and do it again. I don't know. I choose of my own free will, through this and any lifetime, and through all layers of my entire being, to be open to the beneficial wisdom of karmic grace. May only the struggles that best serve unconditional love remain, and may the effortless flow of divine grace fill my body, mind, and soul. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. this is actually the book where I got the prayer that I like to do at the beginning of the reading. So I love this book. Ooh, I love it. Well, I hope y'all got something from this. It went back to a really long reading again, but I think it was really, there's a lot coming out right now, and you'll be called to watch the whole thing if you're meant to watch the whole thing. So if you're still with me, thank you. And again, I know sometimes it's sometimes pretty hard to put yourself out there and comment on these videos or even like it, but please know you're in a safe place to comment, and it actually helps others. When you put yourself out there, it helps other people. You never know if what you put as a comment can help someone else, and I think that's the whole point of what we're here to do, is to create a collective, our tribe, and I keep saying that, sorry, so that we can all learn from each other. So please feel free to put a comment, like the video, and reach out if you feel called to. So thank you again for watching. Have a beautiful new moon in Virgo, and I'll see you next time. Bye.